Is your Ender3 or Ender3 Pro having bed wobbling issues? Bad prints resulting into more frequent bed leveling? Well, the issue might be on the springs. Many people ask you to upgrade the springs on the Ender3 as soon as you get it. However, which are the better ones and how do you do it properly? Let's learn it here. Have you seen issues like this before? The leveling knob is actually brushing on the cables and is actually turning and re-leveling the bed. This is one of the reasons why you need to upgrade to a stiffer spring. The stock springs from the Ender3 or the Ender3 Pro is kind of soft, so sometimes at a higher bed leveling, it came loose and the leveling knob is having a free play, like in the video here. And because of this, we should change to a stiffer and slightly longer spring. So let me show you what's the best way to do it. First of all, of course, get yourself a set of 4 springs. I got mine for under 2 USD from the link below. What you do next is make sure that the x-axis is up and away from the bed so that you can work around it easily. Next, remove the top bed material so that we expose these 4 screws. This is very important because as we loosen the bed leveling knob, the screws will start to spin by itself. So what we can do is just press our finger onto it to stop it from spinning so that we can remove the knob. Repeat the process for the other 3 corners, and when you're done with it, lift it off and be very careful with it because for the top left one, we have the heating element cables. The cables are held together by this bracket and the spring is right in between them. Remove the spring and now we have all the original springs removed. It's time now to unpack your new springs. Careful not to let them roll away. Let's start off with the top left one because this one has a bracket and is the hardest to go in. Just put the spring through to the screw, push it through the bracket, and the bottom of it, make sure that it goes through the hole at the bottom of the bed. Apply some pressure to the bed and hold it there so that the screw can easily be attached to the knob. And then make sure that it's squared. Turn it counterclockwise to tighten the knob and to hold the bed down. At this stage, we don't tighten it that much yet, just enough to hold the knob from moving away. Alright, then next what I do is I will usually do the opposite end and repeat the same process. Working on opposite ends ensures that the bed is leveled and easier to install comparing to going around in circles. Now the same process, make sure that it's not too tight because we'll be working on the bed leveling later. Alright, 2 sets are done. Now for the third one, let's do the one behind as it's harder to reach before we go on to the front. So it's harder for you to insert the spring this way. So what you do is you pull up the nut. Okay. Position in the spring and then push the nut or the screw back into position. Same way, apply some pressure to the bed and then fasten the knob. Last but not least, the front one. Remove the screw, insert the spring underneath it and push it through. Now you can see by doing opposite ends, I don't struggle with the level of the springs and we can easily insert it and fasten the knobs. If I were to do 2 sides first, the other side will be loop-sided and I will have to struggle with the bed holding it before I can screw it down. Now we have all of them. It's now time to compress the spring a little bit. Here, let me give you a little tip. As these springs are a little longer, So what we do is we try to compress it as much as we can. However, at the last part, leave it with a little bit of a gap between the springs. We don't want to compress it all the way, because if we compress it all the way, it'll be harder for us to level the bed later on. The next step, we are going to do some calibration and tuning. But first, make sure that the build place is back into position. Put them correctly and clip it down. Next, we're going to auto home so that the nozzle comes all the way down and clicking on the Z-axis limit switch. So this part, we have to be careful to make sure that the nozzle is not pressing against the bed. However, by default, it should be quite away from the bed when this happens. So let's wait for the nozzle to come down. As we can see here, we have already preloaded and compressed the spring a little bit, and the nozzle is still a little bit too low. What we can do is, of course, we can compress the spring further to bring the bed lower so that the nozzle can clear and we can do bed leveling. However, this is not advisable. As you can see, the spring is very much compressed, and the one behind with the cable bracket, it will be even worse. The best method, of course, is to change the level of the Z-axis limiter switch. This is the default position after auto home. We'll leave it there, and what we do is now we just loosen these two screws and push the whole limiter switch up so that it's being compressed again, and tighten the two screws again. So what we are doing here right now is to raise the level until the current position. And this time, the notch at the Z limiter switch will not be touching on the profile pillar anymore. Don't worry about it, because now this is the new position for our new spring. Let's run auto home again, and this time, yes, the position is pretty much it. So with these steps done, now we are ready to do bed leveling, and after this, the printer will be printing so much better without having the problems of wobbling beds, the leveling knobs maybe loosening itself against some cables, or just by vibration alone loosen itself. So all these will be gone. And as you can see, the bed is so much more stiffer and it is more stable as well. Well, I hope this video helped you understand why we need to upgrade the springs and the proper techniques to do them and to calibrate them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, and also give some comments for me to improve my future videos. See you next time.